Some of sports' memorable moments involve the roar of a crowd, crack of a bat, and sounds we experience. KOMU-8's Jacob Kornhauser and Corey Miller explain how the people who cannot hear those sounds are just as connected to the thrill of sports.
For deaf athletes and fans, the sporting experience is different.
But for those deaf athletes and fans, the thrill of competition is just the same.
It's not the noise level you'd expect at a high school basketball practice, but at the Missouri School for the Deaf, communication goes beyond words. That has its advantages, but for their non-deaf coach, it can present challenges as well.
Voicing it would be a lot more easier for me because I'm hearing. And signing to them, I don't know if they, get what I'm saying, but, I try to stay on top of it, and I ask again and again.
In the deaf community, athletes tend to gravitate toward individual sports, but for those who do choose team sports, the positive effects can last beyond the end of an athletic career.
You often hear about players who are deaf and hard of hearing playing single sports, so tennis or swimming or sports where it didn't really matter if they had to communicate with teammates, but I think that's probably an important life skill to figure out how to communicate.
I still need to be able to communicate after I leave MSD, so I know that I'm deaf and, or hard of hearing, and that doesn't matter. We still want to be able to communicate.
The excitement of sporting events isn't easily communicated on TV for those that are deaf, but being there in person is a different story entirely.
And in person, you can also feel the events. You can feel the crowd, whether they're banging the drums or if people are ringing bells or stomping on the floor. We can feel that, and it vibrates through the stadium. So we don't necessarily have to see it. We can feel the game.
Unlike in a crowd, deaf athletes can feel isolated, leading them to believe they don't have a place in the world of athletics.
Probably not enough is being done, but I think there are some steps that are being taken to include them.
I noticed that they were wanting to join into sports, but they felt left out a little bit, so they were a bit timid about that. They felt that if they had more deaf people involved with it, that they might participate in it as well.
Coach Pittman makes sure his players have a place in athletics, though, and their personal growth means more to him than a dash in the win or loss column.
Some of our football seasons, haven't gone very well, but in most of the games, we have some kind of, super play that I designed for them, and it works out well. And to see their faces expressions and to see how they enjoy the game, oh, man, it's a wonderful feeling.
As for Devin, he seems to speak the teenage boys' universal language and has his priorities all sorted out.
School comes first, basketball comes second, and the girlfriends are last.
For Corey Miller, Jacob Kornhauser, KOMU-8 Sports, Fulton.
All right, Corey and Jacob, thank you both.